Hello, Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas. Today it is uh, Tuesday, February 2nd of 2021, and it's 2:34 p.m. in Fort Worth, Texas. Let's see, I forget the name of I'm running Linux. I booted into Linux. I haven't booted into Linux in months. Manjaro, I think this is. And there was a whole bunch of updates, and I did those. It happened really fast. I really like Manjaro. I've been running, messing with forever different operating systems, with the exception of Apple. Uh, I've always had Windows and usually a dual boot into Linux of some type. And I've tried them all and liked the things about them. Um, but this Manjaro, I haven't messed with it very much, and I installed it a few months ago. But I just like it. Just feels comfortable for me. So I'm running Linux, but OBS. Uh, Let me pop up the thing, and you'll be able to see it. Well, how do let's see, hide. I guess maybe I do unhide. Let's see. Let me do this. See if this shows up. Well, that just shows the video, which you're seeing anyway. Now we got this little problem. Let me see here. Well, I guess I should have played with this before. Another fine mess you got me into, huh? Okay, let's see here. Well, I should have checked OBS. Whoops, okay. Full screen Windows. Let's do windowed. Now what do we have? Window projector preview. I'm not sure what the hell's going on here. Let's see. Oh, okay. I can do stop recording, then I'll start over. You'll be seeing this to begin with, so we can know what I'm doing. So let's do stop recording. Okay, part 2. I need to go through the settings here. Okay. Show, let's see, output, show, automatic record when streaming, keep recording, snap. I don't think I want this snap thing on. Snap sources, I get the edge of the screen. I don't think I want that. Okay, well, I guess because I have it turned off up here, let's see. Let's see. Hide cursor over projectors. Okay. Let's see. Hide overflow, whatever that is. multi-view. Switch. Click to switch between scenes. Show scene names. Okay, I don't know. Stream. See output. Okay, that's where the video is going to go. Recording format. MKV is okay with me. Wait a minute. Recordings cannot be paused if the recording quality is set to same as stream. Recording output cannot be paused if the recording quality is set to same as stream. Okay, I don't. Audio, like I said, I'm using Linux, and the microphone, which is Elgato Wave 3, it found it. Of course, it found the Logitech Brio USB camera, found that. Video, okay. 1920 by 1080 canvas and 1920 by 1080 output, correct. Advanced, okay. Okay, audio, let's see, look down here and see if we see it. Yes, we see it, and I remember to turn off the aquarium pump. Okay, so minimize this. Pull up Foxfire. I think I need to slide it over this way so I don't. Okay. Okay. CNN. Oops, something popped up in the corner up there. I couldn't make out what it was. Too quick. Oh, I know what I wanted to mention to you. If some of you have been watching my videos for a long time, you've noticed that I had a problem. I've had a problem. It's only with Linux, and I'm not sure at what point it started, but the time is not correct. The time is off, has been off. And now I went in with this software a while back and messed with it a little bit, and I don't know what I did, but I did get it correct. Now today when I booted it up, again, that was the same thing. It was, I should have noticed how many hours it was off, but you know, and having the correct location, you know, United States, Central Standard Time Zone, or Chicago, you know, it doesn't correct it. But what I did this time is I went and set it to GMT, you know, 0, and the time, you know, corrected. I have the correct time here, you know, for United States Central Time Zone. I'm not sure what's going on. Let's see, this is good news for a lot of people. The COVID vaccine is going to be coming to pharmacies in about the middle of this month. And my prescriptions are at Walgreens, and that's one of them that's listed. Now, of course, they're not going to have it at every, but I think they will have it at the Walgreens a couple blocks away, because we're in a bad neighborhood, and I think they want to make sure that a that that pharmacies and in all areas, all economic, social areas, have it available, because there's things that are happening that people that are poor or people that are brown or black, or what's the other group? Anyway, they're maybe not getting the resources and opportunities as much as other people. And then there's all these stories of people who have money and or position or something are doing stuff, like a doctor took home from the hospital 9 of the virus things for his family and gave it to his family. And he said that the vaccine was spoiled. I mean, come on, no. He didn't take home, spoiled vaccine to give to his family. People up in Canada that own, a bunch of businesses and have a lot of money, a couple people, husband and wife, they flew up to, I guess, the most northern part of Canada, small town, I don't know, maybe 350 people, something like that, that was giving the vaccine to workers, people who had to be at businesses, grocery store and that kind of stuff. So they went up and flew up there in their private jet and said that they worked over at the motel or whatever, and they got the vaccine shot, and then where they ran into problems was, I don't think they said this exactly. I think they said, how can we get to can we get a ride to the airport or something right after they got the shots? But maybe they said, we have a corporate jet out at the airport. How can we get a ride over there? But anyway, the people turned them in, and so they're in some deep doo-doo, and stuff like that's going on. So I think that probably they're going to work to try to correct some of these problems. I'm going to be 80 here in a couple months, so if the pharmacy a few blocks away from here, and I got a feeling too, because this pharmacy, so far as the testing, we don't hear much about the testing now, but when everybody was, not everybody, but when people were running the testing, they had it set up out there where cars had to, and they were, and they had a police officer assigned out there, and you had to stay in your car, and you could get the testing in your car, and so I think that this is going to be a place that's also going to offer the vaccine. I hope they don't do the thing of, I don't have a car. My grown daughter, who lives in this apartment complex, she has, one, but I mean, she needs to be working, and so I hope they don't have, where you have to be in a car. I hope you can go inside Walgreens. That's where I've got my flu shots, and then I got my shingles shot. I didn't really know much about it. I spent 30 years working hospital security, and I really didn't know very much about shingles. And apparently it's something it's something that everybody has in their body. And then for some people, it just kicks in when you reach an older age, I guess, generally. Don't get any medical, don't depend on me for medical advice, but so, and it can be, you can have it pop out, pop out on your skin and all that kind of stuff, but it can pop out like where your eyes are or whatever, and then so it's so anyway, I got a shingle shot and a booster. You know, you had to have a booster shot, but and I got that there. So 6,500 stores will be receiving the vaccine. Let's see. Trump's attorneys are going to argue that he was allowed to call for his supporters and people to attack the Congress and to try to kill his vice president and whatever. They're saying that's protected free speech, you know. I'm sorry, treason and you know, that's not protected free speech. Almost ended in a physical fight. A reporter describes Trump's meeting. Let's see what this is. Describes a meeting December 18th between President Donald Trump, White House officials, and conspiracy theorists that ended in a profanity-laced shouting match. I don't want to hear this. But let's see. 2 FBI agents killed and 3 agents injured in a shootout in Florida. That sounds like almost like what happened many years ago in Florida. They had, I think, 4 or 5 FBI agents were shot and killed. I think there was 2 men, I believe, who I think had armor, you know, had not armor, but they had vest on that, you know, they had protective gear and automatic weapons, or maybe they weren't automatic weapons, but they were, you know, assault rifles or, and at that time FBI agents, I think they may have carried revolvers. And, you know, the officers, I think some of them ran out of ammunition. They were about like behind, the FBI agents were attempting some type of an arrest, I think. And the FBI agents, you know, like were behind their car. These guys were just going, they were shooting, you know, the FBI were shooting at these 2 guys. And those guys with the automatic, semi-automatic weapons, I think, let's say AR-15s or something, were going around and just shooting, and the FBI agents were having to reload, and I think they had revolvers that held 6 rounds, I think. And anyway, I think it was 5 FBI agents were killed. And when they, you know, did the study of the situation after they found that the FBI agents had stacked all their empty brass right then, because when we went through the academy, well, I didn't go to the FBI, you know, but when you go through the police academy and what have you, what the range officers had us do was, you know, put the in the bucket you have there with you, that we carried a bucket with it, put the, you know, in there, because they did reloading. And so the FBI agents had been trained to, you know, and you do what you're trained to do if you train enough at it. And so then that's when the FBI they did a study and they went to 9mm, I believe, autos. And then I think they weren't happy with and I think they may have gone to 40. Can't remember now. Anyway, you could probably do a search if you're interested in it, and find if you're into guns and whatever. I think they went to 40 then because they were not happy with the stopping power of the 9mm. And gun people who know a lot about guns said no. The 9mm would have, with the proper ammo, would have been effective enough. But we know, well, we stopped after that. After a while, when it was figured out, we stopped. That's one of the things, like we stopped. We didn't put our, the shell casings into a bucket and carry it with us. We just let the shell casings go where the shell casings went, and then we had to go pick them up, later. And but too, and you might think that these FBI agents were killed, because I thought, man, they're making all these arrests because of this insurrection, and a lot of these people are, are gun enthusiasts and gun obsessed, and they're announcing too that they're going out and arresting them. And I thought, man, they better be going with because a lot of times the police respond with overwhelming for something minor. They were, and SWAT teams will show up for things that are just crazy. But for these situations, of course, now this was apparently had nothing to do with this insurrection. This had to do with child abuse or something like that. And but anyway, so it just goes to show you never know. Those FBI agents, for this thing before they went out, they were probably, had a little meeting. Okay, we're going out here, and here's the address, and here's what the place looks like, and it's got a door in the back, and it's got a door in the front. Okay, we're going to go. And this isn't going to be, we're not going after these insurrectionists who said they were going to kill federal agents and who said they were going to kill politicians or whatever. This has to do with child abuse. So the guys probably thought, oh, this is going to be, hopefully they didn't, but because you never know. But, that they must have maybe thought, okay, this is, because they've probably been out on some stuff and they, where somebody, they probably went out. And so anyway, 3 police officers were removed from patrol after a 9-year-old girl was handcuffed and pepper sprayed. So I hope the audio is coming. Well, this is the first thing I tested. Since like I said, I just haven't booted into Linux for months and months, and just booted in. Oh, the Elgato microphone. Well, it's a USB microphone, so it's working fine. The USB, the Logitech USB Brio working fine. My Elgato Stream Deck isn't working, but I haven't tried to. It works, in Windows. But I haven't been able. I'm not. Not as easy as I thought it was. I'm not too enthused about anything that I have to. I think a computer ought to be a computer. I shouldn't have to go through a manual, and I shouldn't have to do it. It ought to. It's a computer. It should be doing it, you know. And so I'll have to check that. I'm not. Let's see. Well, we know the browser's working. What else do we have? Let's see. All applications. About me. Let's see. Accessibility. Add and remove software. Appearance. Customize it. Audacious. Listen to music. It says listen to music. A browser for something or other, browser for something or other, browser for, I don't know what the heck that is here. Bluetooth manager, bulk rename, catfish file search, cheese. I can't demonstrate that because the camera's already running and there'd be a conflict. Desktop, display, file manager, calculator, all kinds of good stuff. Anyway, I guess that's, well, wait a minute. What, oh, let me do this. YouTube. YouTube. Oh, I put a link to this T-shirt because I like I saw this T-shirt and I bought 2 of them and they really look nice. Anyway, I was surprised. They were inexpensive. Shipping was, I've only got one. I ordered 2, but only one came. The other one will be coming from someplace different, I guess. But they look really nice. But now this, I don't know what in the heck is this, paint? Or, I'm not sure. It feels really slick. The material really feels too sexy for a man to be wearing. You know, it feels like it might be lingerie or something. But I've never ever, there's a tag on here that says, wash alone, however, dry cleaning recommended, professional dry cleaning recommended. I've never had a T-shirt that said have it dry cleaned. I mean, and I haven't had anything dry cleaned since, I always had my uniforms, you know, dry cleaned. But I stopped, well, I didn't stop working, but I mean, well, anyway. When I quit in 2000, hospital security where I'd worked for 30 years, then I did work, but I don't think I had my uniforms cleaned down in Florida. But, so I don't know. I have a feeling this is not going to hold up well, but it looks good. So anyway, there'll be a link to where you can get shirts like this. But be forewarned, and I'll let you know if I'm not going to have this. Well, we'll see what happens. By the way, I mentioned this, I believe. I've made 2 or 3 videos in the last, I don't know, month, let's say. And I talked about Paramount Plus taking over CBS All Access. I mentioned 2, but I don't know which corporations or which ones own major ones, and so I'm not sure. Maybe CBS All Access took, I don't know. But CBS All Access is going to become Paramount Plus. And I made 2 or 3 videos, and I think in all of them I was, since I don't work anymore, I I never know what day it is, what time it is, or anything else. I was thinking that it was going to be February 3rd or something or other that the change would take place. It's March something, a month from now. So if you were one of the people that saw that, disregard the February 3rd, I think it was, date that I gave. I guess it's going to be March 3rd. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm going to see what this looks like and upload it to YouTube, unless it's defective in some way. Okay, now I have to figure out how to stop recording. I guess hit stop recording.